Hi, everybody. Welcome to Texas Lone Wolf 73, your source for red pill truth, nothing sugar coated. We're going to discuss the modern woman's outlook on financial security versus love. So, this is going to be offensive to some of y'all, but some of y'all, this is actually speaking out to you. You remember how the old timers, the silent generation, the boomer generation before us, made things work? They fixed what was broken between a man and a woman, so to speak. So, yes, between a man and a woman, they fixed what was broken. And nowadays, in this current generation, we have a generation of people, if something breaks, they part ways and they hop onto the next bandwagon and so forth. They hop onto the next person. They leave that one former relationship for a new one. They repeat the same pattern. The bottom line is they don't fix what was broken. So you got to take a good look at this. So now we're going to go ahead and dig into the Reddit for the, this here is. I'm gonna read this article. All right. I'm going to read the article. I want to emphasize that this is not meant to bash anybody. So, yes. Women reveal why they choose financial security over love. And this was posted 18 hours ago by Olivia Herbert in Los Angeles. So, one person, okay, don't ever let a man or anyone limit your freedom, one person wrote, okay? Now, freedom can be a two-way street, so to speak. And you need to understand. So, yeah. I need to go ahead and see right here. Women reveal why they choose financial security over love. And I got to tell you this. Women, now, if you're at the ages of 18, 19, 20, so you have up to age 25 before you get to crank out kids. Healthy kids, that is. You are at the that fertile prime of your years. So, you say, oh no, forget the kids. I'm going to put off having kids. I'll have kids later. Just put it off. I'll go mount on huge debts after debts for college degrees. College degrees, so to speak. So, just by looking at this, reading over here, they choose financial freedom. This is describing the modern women's mentality. And one Reddit person said, I'm going to focus on my career. Oh, by the way, did you know you have a sell by date? All women have a sell by date. And when you hit the age 35, game over. Oh, no. We can have a kid in the 40s. We can have the kid in the 50s. We can have the kid in the... Please don't kid yourself. Father Time has a way of working this magic. Now, according to science or human biology, Father Time will come in your 40s, wreak havoc on your body. He'll crank up. When you're in your sleep, he'll turn on the sweat glands, and you'll be sweating your butt off in bed. You'll be waking up in wet all over. You just done had a shower. That's Father Time and working in overtime, my friend. So, hey, I don't make the rules. He does. Mother Nature makes the rules. So you want to see, every man and woman has the right to live how they please. All right? They have every right to live how they please. So I'm not telling women what to do, but you have every right to live the way you please. But You are not free from the consequence of your actions. Okay, let me read this here on this independent.com UK, all right? When revealed online why they chose financial security over love. Hey, I don't blame you for thinking this, but on the meantime, if you don't have children while you are 25 years of age, then you're going to be somebody else's paycheck in an assisted living facility when you get up in age where you can't take care of yourself. You're going to be somebody else's paycheck in the assisted living facility. Everything you work for is going to be handed over to the government. So feminism lied to you. Can't tell you what the goal of feminism was: to tax women in the workforce. See, men were paying the taxes. Men were going out and being a breadwinner of the household. Do you understand where I'm coming at? Okay, now let's go ahead and keep reading. In a post shared by Ask Women community on Reddit, one person asked women who had chosen financial security over love how their personal lives have turned out. An outpouring of response varied. So, in other words, this has got a mixed answers. It varied. Many women, particularly those in heterosexual relationships, noted their choices were rooted in prioritizing their wants and needs instead of being beholden to the choice of whomever they were dating. They could focus on the future they envisioned for themselves. Let me tell you something. When a woman thinks this way, just thinking of themselves and not having babies at the age of 25, at the ripe age, you're going to become a paycheck to the assisted living facility, to a stranger on the assisted living facility's time clock, taking care of you, neglecting you, and treating you like crap, instead of having your own flesh and blood take care of you. That right there is the consequences. Well, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what will happen in the future. But it hasn't happened yet. All right. Now, let's keep reading. I focus on my career leaving an abusive ex. Really? Well, who chose that abusive ex? That person who left the abusive ex, that chose the abusive ex. That's hybristophilia right there. That is obsession with bad boys. The woman who just leave the ex for abusive chose abuse. You choose abusive bums over great guys out there that could have been your good husband to help you grow financially. Well, we're a weaker vessel. We're a biologically weak vessel. I don't care what the nature says. I don't care what society says. I'm going to speak the whole hardcore red pill truth. Nothing sugar-coated. And you need to understand that consequences have actions. Actions have consequences. So if you go out, you pick a bad boy who got arrested for domestic violence, for a heinous crime. Oh, he's so cute. I wouldn't mind having kids by him. Look, when you drop a child by a bad boy, expect a nice guy to pick up the tab. They're not going to do it. Many men have waken up and smelt the coffee brewing in the kitchen. To the women that have become single mothers, yes, I know your kids comes first. That's true enough. But saying that you are the prize, you have every right to say your kid comes first. You have every right to say that. That's true. Yes, that is true by society standards. Your kid comes first. The man is the doormat. But when you go put yourself on a dating market, don't you realize you're going to have to give up some of that? Well, the man's the doormat in order to have a successful relationship, for him to sign a check onto that. See, some of y'all are not willing to give and take in that department. Okay? Some of y'all not willing to give and take in that department. My girlfriend and I were having a conversation one time. We were watching a talk show by the name of Steve Wilkos. I guess you probably know him or don't know him. So anyways, so let's get back to the story. Well, anyways, there's one story that Steve Wilkos covered. The mother called the man over the phone to sign over her parental rights on her child to a stranger she never met. She had no cojones to be a mother. And the mother and father couldn't even stay off of street drugs to be a responsible parents. And there was a child crying out for help, wanting parents to be parents. They had no cojones to do this. So yes, I am going to ruffle some feathers. So a lot of parents go out having children, but want to go out and run the streets, do street drugs, go have fun, smoke illegal recreational drugs just to have fun. Well, only time we talk to our children is about money. I'm going to go ahead and tie this into this article here as well. Financial security, really, over love. Wow. Now the pieces are coming together, right? I don't care if this video offends many people. The message has to go out. When you become a parent, you have to have financial and physical and personal responsibilities. And you're going to have to cut out the outsiders. You're going to have to cut out the friends that influence your decisions on what you do in life. You're going to have to cut those people out and focus on your kid or kids. Now, anyways, let's go over here, right here, where one of them says, I focus on my career after leaving an abusive ex, one woman wrote. After job hops, I finally hit six-figure and could afford therapy and hobbies to better myself. I fell into the fire movement called Financial Independent, Retire Early, and finally felt financially safe and confident to live a normal life, love myself. I fell in love with a normal guy and married. How long is that marriage going to last? You see? Is everybody looking at this from a different angle? How long is this marriage going to last? Oh, get this. She also added, having a financial independence security enabled her to lead her life on her terms rather than someone else's. See, in a marriage, you got to give up your own sovereignty, independence, and two people got to become one. I don't see that happening here. So you got two bodies with two heads and two independent wills. And this is not going to work. This is a recipe for divorce in a family court where there's jesters, jugglers, and clowns laughing their backsides to the bank at the expense of a former husband and a former wife. Ooh, that's kind of harsh, ain't it? I don't care. I'm going to speak the hardcore red pill truth, nothing sugar-coated. Marriage is about commitment, honesty, and trust and loyalty. Without those things, the marriage is nothing but a convenience. Oh, get this. The man is not a plan, she continued. Oh, wow. Well, why did she marry the man in the first place? Is it for financial reasons? Anything else can hold you hostage. Oh, wow. There goes the fruits of the feminism ideology. You're being hostage. You're being held hostage. You're oppressed. That feminism ideology lied to you. Let me emphasize that. Feminism has lied to you. So did the other governmental agencies. Feminism was created to tax women. The author who spoke this piece was David Rockefeller. Feminism was created to tax the woman in the workplace. And many women are blind to see this. You are blind to the reality right there in front of you. Oh, I could do all my bad by myself. I don't need a man. I can do it all myself. Oh yeah, then you can get on the dating apps and complain that you're burnt out. After your body has taken the years of toil, sweating, and tears of working hard in a job market. So yeah, you're oppressed. Well, you could thank feminism for that. So, guess this. Anything else can hold a house? I'm sure there are exceptions. Well, really, there are exceptions. But wary of financial abuse, abusive relationship come in many shapes and forms, yes. But including not limited to financial, sexual, physical, emotional, spiritual, etc. Really? Really? Look, listen. A relationship is give and take approach. In order for it to live and thrive, you have to give and take. Okay? Don't ever let a man or anyone limit your freedom and hold you hostage. Really? So, guess what? The only thing that holds the humanity hostage is the ideology of feminism, which gave birth to MGTOW. Did you know that? So, yes. So, everybody wants to talk about the backup plan and pin money. Really? The money is a tool. The money is a tool. So what's going to happen when the money pit dries up? You're going to call it quits. You're going to move to the next person, to the other person. Now, look at this. Look at this. Listen to this. Others noted that leaving was the best thing for them in the long run, even if it was heartbreaking in the moment. Really heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. So, yes, by learning how to be independent and provide for themselves. Listen, do you realize you have a sell-by date? And they found out they were more likely to attract a partner that aligned to what they fully wanted. That right there, my friend, is a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. So, yes. All right. So, I left a long-term relationship less than $20 in my name after I paid the movers, rent, deposit, and new place. Another woman commented. My life started all over again. I was single for a while, and at that time, I managed to pay off all my student loan in a few years. Hey, that's great. But this entitlement attitude that you possess, it's going to run any man off. Entitlement mentality is going to run anybody off. So, she continued. I was able to save some money. I was able to support myself and get completely a new wardrobe. Over time, new shoes. I had money to pick up hobbies. I learned to be comfortable being single. Hey, that's great. It helped me become a full, happy person. Eventually, I became single. Happy. Eventually, I met my current partner, and he added to it happiness. But I know if it ever doesn't work out, I'm going to go do well. That's great. That's great. You are picking up after your own self and carrying yourself that way. But when you turn 35, You got another 35 years to go before you actually hit retirement. But you cannot blame anybody other than yourself for the demise of the dating market. Feminism lied to you. Feminism lied to you. And let me tell you something. The majority of the women advise focusing on one's education and career to attain financial and emotional independence from men. See, that's right there. You want to be independent. You want to do this. You want to do that. Then you get on the dating apps and complain that there's no men to date you. Which is it? You want to be independent, single? Or do you want to get into a union with a man and double your income's net worth? Which is it? Which is it? So, yeah. So, anyways, following the old days, say, choose yourself and the rest will follow. I hate to tell you, that's part of feminism mantra. And that's going to lead to you being alone and single and childless. Women to stress to the younger counterparts that prioritize overall self-improvement is the key to finding life and love they wanted. I was in a situation last year where only option was to continue the relationship was to end the ongoing distance, move to the middle of nowhere with a boyfriend who was struggling financially. Someone admitted he had issues with debt, paying rent, jumping into a failed business. She continued, I made good salary, moved up my career, and very fiscal responsible. I ultimately decided not to move and ended the relationship. I didn't see myself there, and the relationship was serious. Ultimately, I didn't mean carrying a lot of financial weight, which becomes harder with marriage and kids. See, that is a strong and independent woman mindset right there. And that right there, after the age of 35, no eggs, no chance of having a family later on, you have no one to blame but yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and read in Reddit. So I'm going to go ahead tell you this. So, and I'm going to put this here in the comment section for you to read later on. But I'm going to tell you this. This independent mindset of a woman saying that I can have it all, the world is mine, it's going to end in a huge disaster later on. Feminism lied to you. They taxed the woman in the workplace, and the government lied to the women. So in order for the government to go downhill, they taken the women with them. So feminism gave birth to MGTOW. And I hate to bring bad news to you. So I'm going to say this in closing. I did not sugarcoat anything in here, and I oppose feminism in all shapes and form. And with women coloring their hair like the toxic creatures in the jungle, you are telling everybody you're toxic by doing that. The creatures with the colorful pigment are toxic for humanity. They are toxic. Thank you for listening to this broadcast, and you have a great day.